Purging versus breakout. Is it purging or is it irritation? These are some of the most important questions you might ask when you start off with any product that increases cell turnover, for example. These include your AHAs, retinoids like Differin, retinol and tretinoin, benzoyl peroxide, chemical peels, and certain exfoliants. You definitely want to know how to tell the difference because it could save your skin from a lot of unnecessary trial and error. In this video, we will look at how purging happens, 3 of the biggest signs to help you identify a purge versus a breakout or a reaction, and how to work around the purge for best results. So let's get started. If you guys are new to the channel, this channel is all about helping you make informed decisions as well as be in the know when it comes to your health and wellness. And I would love for you all to gently tap that like button down below. And if you really like the content, then consider subscribing as well. Now, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. To understand the differences between purging and plain old breakouts, we need to understand how they happen. And for an easy example, let's start off with the classic pimple. To understand the difference between purging and a plain old pimple, we need to understand how they happen. Pimples occur when a pore becomes clogged, usually by skin cells that won't detach and don't get off the skin surface properly, forming what's called microcomedones. And microcomedones aren't visible at the surface of the skin, but sometimes they can develop to what we refer to as whiteheads, blackheads, pimples, or cysts, which can go away on their own. And for them to appear, it usually takes about 8 weeks for a microcomedone to show up, being fashionably late. Purging happens when your product you're using, let's say retinol, speeds up the 8-week process of skin shedding and replacing, which then accelerates the microcomedones to form whiteheads, blackheads, pimples, and cysts at a faster speed. Kind of like Tesla's ludicrous mode. And if your product becomes irritating, which by the way, for the most part, it is and doesn't mean you should throw it out, because the microcomedones that decided not to show up to the party end up showing up since inflammation invites all of that acne. Sometimes that's normal. But as the product starts to work, less and less microcomedones form and your skin should become clearer than when it first started out. That's basically purging and irritation in a nutshell, which is a sign that the product is working. And again, you don't have to throw your product out if you had a minor irritation to it. You should, however, stop the product if you have a reactive breakout, which is exactly what we'll look at next. So what are the 3 biggest clues that it's a breakout and not a purge? The first one is location. With purging, the breakouts are happening in areas where you normally frequently break out, and in a reactive breakout, the breakouts happen in a completely new area where you don't usually break out. For example, if you get cysts around your jawline or whiteheads underneath your nostrils, purging will invite everyone back to the same house. The second clue is time. With purging, your pimples are going to disappear faster than normal because of all the cell turnover happening. But in a reactive breakout, the timing typically takes up to 10 days to appear and go away, and sometimes even months, which is quite long. And the third clue is feeling. With purging, your skin is going to feel more tender, but with the reactive breakout, your skin feels more swollen and painful to the touch. And this is because with purging, you typically get more dry, flaky skin that you can tell is peeling. But with the reaction, you can get more nodules and cysts, which if you've never got them before, it may be time to look for a new product. And while there's a small chance that your skin will actually get used to the product over time, most of the time your skin is just going to get further damaged if you don't stop the reactive products. But if you do decide on stopping, make sure you do your due diligence to identify skin purging versus a reactionary breakout, because you don't want to stop what's already working. Now let's get into my 3 tips around the purge. And if you haven't seen my video yet on how to prevent the purge and possibly bypass it, then you'll want to first start there. The first tip I have is, if you're already purging, is keep yourself hydrated. Make sure you're getting enough vitamins and minerals like magnesium and zinc. This potentially can help your skin heal faster. Number 2, sunscreen. If you already use an SPF of 30, increase it to 50. An SPF of 30 allows about 3% of UVB rays to hit your skin, and an SPF of 50 allows about 2% of those rays through. That doesn't seem like a big deal until you actually realize that SPF 30 is allowing 50% more UV radiation onto your skin. And lastly, number 3, go through your list of products you use and its ingredients to make sure they are all non-comedogenic, which basically means that they won't clog your pores. Anything that disrupts the sebum outflow on your skin can actually lead to the formation of whiteheads, and you won't believe how many ingredients are actually comedogenic. Not saying they're bad, but maybe it's not the right time to use those products. And now for the bonus tips, since you guys made it this far into the video. You may not know, but certain fabrics can irritate your skin during the purge. This is because your skin is most vulnerable at this stage. You want to wear soft fabrics like cotton, bamboo, and silk that cause less friction, especially in your bedding. Your bed sheets are a breeding ground for bacteria. As you sleep, your body sheds around 30,000 skin cells each hour, which is all food for dust mites and potential breakouts. So if you can keep up with this by washing your bedding at least once a week during the purge, you can make a difference. And switch over to what I recommend as silver infused pillowcases, which I've left a link for down below. You see, when it comes to treating your skin during a purge, the best thing that you can do is actually the least satisfying answer anyone really wants to tell you, and that is, you just have to wait it out. You see, there's a small chance that your skin will get used to that product over time that is causing that irritation, but most of the time you'll just cause further damage, and that's when you have to consider if it's a good time to find a better product. Click that red subscribe button down below if you found any value in this, and I'll see you on the next one.